All right, let's be real. We've all been on those dates. Those dates where the conversation is like pulling teeth.
Oh, tell me about it.
You're stuck asking those surface level questions. What's
Yeah.
your favorite color? Ugh.
Yeah.
Come on, we can do so much better than that.
So much better.
That's why I'm so pumped for this deep dive. Think of it as like your secret weapon.
Oh,
We're going to help you avoid those awkward silences and spark conversations that really, truly go somewhere.
I like it.
We're diving deep, deep into the art of asking amazing date night questions,
Oh?
the kind of questions that unveil like hidden depths
Yes.
and build a real connection.
Because it's not just about having a list of like clever questions,
Yeah.
right? It's about understanding what makes those questions effective and honestly what they reveal about the person you're with.
It's like you're reading between the lines. It's like you're a mind reader.
Exactly.
So how do we actually like ditch the small talk and get strategic? I mean, where do we even start?
Well, luckily we have a roadmap for this deep dive.
Mhm.
It lays out a whole bunch of questions to ask, but by the end of this, you'll know how to come up with your own too.
Yeah.
Like you've unlocked like this superpower, this ability to ask incredible questions on a date.
Like a conversational Jedi master.
Exactly.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about why asking the right questions, is so important in the first place.
Think of it like this. Every question, right? It's an invitation. You are inviting the other person to share a part of themselves with you
Ooh.
and how they respond.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting a glimpse, a real glimpse behind the curtain of their mind, right? You start to see the world through their eyes.
Okay.
You begin to understand their values, their dreams, even their fears. And that's how you build that genuine connection.
I like it. Okay, so where do we start with this whole, asking amazing questions thing?
Well, every good interaction, every good date, it starts with breaking the ice, right?
Yeah.
And our trusty guide, it's got some really fun ones in there.
Ooh. Okay. Give me an example.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive,
Mhm.
who would they be and why?
Oh, I love that one.
Right. Even something that's lighthearted like that can tell you so much about a person.
It really does. You can learn about like who they admire, what qualities they value. It's all right there in their answer.
And you know what's even more important than their answer?
What's that?
Their reasoning.
Oh, interesting.
Like why they chose those 3 people, why those people over anyone else in the world.
So it's not just about the question itself. It's about being an active listener, like really, really engaging with their response.
100%, yeah.
So like, let's say, just like throwing it out there, somebody says their most adventurous experience was, I don't know, like backpacking through the Amazon.
Okay.
You don't just leave it at that. You ask what drew them to it. Was it something that they always wanted to do?
Right?
What challenges they faced, what they learned?
Exactly. Those follow-up questions, those are key. It shows that you're genuinely interested, and it helps you dive even deeper into their world.
I like it.
But once you've broken the ice, right, and
Yeah.
you've had some fun, it's time to get to the heart of what really matters. Compatibility.
And that's where values come into play.
Values.
Our guide dives deep into how important it is to uncover those shared values.
Yeah.
And it even gives some awesome examples of questions to ask, like, what are you most passionate about?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or what do you think is the most important quality in a friend?
I love that question because it really gets to the core of what someone values in their relationships.
It really does.
And passion. Passion isn't just about hobbies, right? It's about what lights someone up from the inside out. Like if their face just lights up when they talk about their volunteer work, you know you're onto something meaningful.
It's like getting a sneak peek at their inner compass. It's so true.
Yeah.
And like understanding those core values is so important, especially if you're looking for a relationship, a connection, something that lasts.
Because when your values align, that's a strong foundation for any relationship.
So true. Now, while those deeper questions about passions and values are super, super important, you'll also want to cover the basics too, right?
Right.
Hobbies, interests, what they do for a living, their hopes for the future.
Mm-hmm.
The guide touches on those too.
It does.
But it throws in a bit of a curveball. It talks about these fun closing questions.
Oh, yes.
Ending on a lighthearted note is such a great way to keep that energy positive.
It is, yeah.
To make sure they walk away with a smile.
Exact.
It says something like, what's your guiltiest pleasure?
Oh my gosh, I love that. It gets people laughing.
Every single time.
Every time. And it's memorable. They're going to remember that conversation later.
That's what you want.
Yes.
To be memorable.
Absolutely.
So, as we wrap up, what does this all mean for our amazing listeners? what have we learned today?
Well, we've walked through this framework of questions. We started with icebreakers. We
Right.
went through those deep dives into values.
Yeah.
We even ended with some lighthearted fun.
Exactly, but these are just examples, right?
These are just starting
This
points.
is to get your brain going.
Exactly. The real magic happens when you can craft your own questions,
Right.
the ones that reveal those really insightful nuggets about another person.
Because every single person is different, so the questions are going to be different. You've equipped everyone listening with the tools to go out there and have these amazing date night conversations.
That's what we want.
And with that, we're going to leave you with a final thought, something to ponder. Ooh. If you could ask a potential partner just one question to figure out if you're compatible, what would it be? It's a tough one. Share your answers with us on social media. We want to hear your answers.
We can't wait to see what you come up with.
Until next time.